Okay, so this isn't exactly how I planned on recording this, but I was so busy with other things that I ended up getting sidetracked, and now I have run out of time. So, howdy everybody. This is day one of a November-long art challenge that I decided to give to myself to help me better understand my art style, my how exactly I go about making things. I'm really just trying to improve on the stuff that I am most... how do I word this? I'm just trying to improve my art, and I figured what better way to make a bit of a portfolio in the process than by posting it all live, well, kind of live, pre-recorded, here on YouTube. So, what I'm currently going to be working on today is 6 examples of things that I can currently draw. Sorry for the shaky camera. Like I said, I ran out of time. So this is just gonna have to be one of those things that improves in quality as the days pass. So, speeding up the recording here, my first instance was to draw a donut. Ha! Great, now I'm messing up my words. That was the intended result anyway, but then I remembered that I have no recollection of depth or dimension in my art style. Don't worry, I try some stuff later on to make it look better. I try some shading, I try, I don't really know what to call this. It's like I'm trying to shape the shading. And then I give the outer frame of the picture a little bit more texture, I guess you could call it. Personally, I think I just accidentally made a crushed pumpkin, but that's just my interpretation of my own art. After filling in the entire beginning model, I attempt to smooth out the edges of all of the sketch lines. I'm not really too sure when I started doing that in my artwork, but I mean, it kind of makes the work look better, I think. I don't know. Maybe I'm exaggerating. Either way, that was the donut done. And then I am a bit stuck, because I realized that I hadn't really thought about the 6 things I was going to draw in advance. So I took some time to try and figure out what to draw next. Eventually, I kind of just sort of decided to draw a house. So, ooh, So how exactly do I draw a house? If I'm being perfectly honest, it was a little too long since the last time I had attempted this. So I had to start with a bit of a rough draft. And yes, I know that it looks like shit, but it does eventually get better. I slowly add details over time, and eventually it actually starts looking like an actual building, though probably not one that I would ever live in. I'm not too certain why I added a window in the roof, but it just felt like something that I thought would look nice. Sorry, I don't really know what to say during this. I'm definitely gonna have to work on my narration skills, I suppose. So, yeah, I started working on the roof, decided fuck that, because that was too many details. Made some flower boxes, added some, redid the windows, added some of those, fake window shutter things. Decided to fix up the door, made a bush. I wasn't really certain what the hell I was doing. But it did actually kind of look nice after a while. Then I realized I screwed up that corner on the roof. So I erased it and tried to add a chimney instead. Though I'm pretty certain houses aren't supposed to be that angular up top. I just sort of gave the chimney its own little platform. I can't even begin to imagine how awful the inside of this house must look. So, like I said, I added the chimney. And once I was finished with the chimney, I started getting to work on all of the tinier details of the house. Though I'm still not too certain if I'm doing any of this properly. I mean, I suppose it's just because, since it's art, there isn't really a proper way to do anything. But I don't know. I like it when people can actually look at what I drew and recognize what it is. Alright, so From here, I eventually start working on the roof tiles, and I don't know why, but I gave the house some siding. Which looks like shit, because I can't draw a straight line to save my life. So, after realizing how crappy that looks, I decide, hey, let's pile on some more details onto this shit shack. Sure, it looks like garbage now, but once I start adding the shading, maybe all of the bad details will be hidden up. That was my thought process, anyway. Eventually, I realized that my shingles were very close to becoming like dragon scales. That wasn't my intent, but I mean, it just sort of happened. So, yeah. Then I started filling it in the same way I did with the donut, because that's the only way I really know how to fill things in using a mechanical pencil. And eventually I defaulted to the thing I typically draw the most. I had a little problems with the camera angle. So yeah, a fox. I drew out the basic shape of it with the little skeletal structure that I usually do. Work on the head, working down. I always like to put the tail up front, because not only is it the flashiest part of the fox model, it's also covering the paws, which I'm not very good at drawing. Don't have to draw them if you can't see them. Am I right? So, gave the fox a little bit of shading, a little bit of detail, and ta-da! Eventually, I think I do touch up on it later. But for now, I just sort of press on and try to make a cup. But it's not a normal cup. Well, maybe normal for me, but definitely not normal for you. You see, I've got this big-ass metal cup that's essentially like a medieval, like, mug, I guess would be the correct term for it. It kind of looks like a metal barrel. So yeah, I've got this big ol' metal cup, and I use it pretty frequently, so I made that the model for this drawing. And then I realized how awful I am at 3D sketching, because the handle just never really fully feels like it's in place properly. So I gotta constantly rework it a few times, while also focusing on the shading again, because that's probably the only thing I know how to do properly, or at all. Yeah, I practiced my handmade art to a certain degree when I was younger, and I never bothered improving it past that point. Mostly because all of the other kids in my class decided I was too good for them to be like, you know, like, it didn't end well. I think they were either jealous or annoyed. I couldn't tell which. So now on to the tray. I have never actually made a tree before, so I started off with this cartoony trunk and all of these random branches leading outwards. And then I decided to fill in the branches with a bunch of random scribbles that would be the leaves, the foliage part of the tree. And then once I was finished with that, I smoothed them out, I think, and then gave them a little contextual shaping. And you'll see what I mean. At some point, I think I got sick of using my fingers. I think it was at this point. Eventually, I rip off a corner of the page to use instead, because honestly, paper is just better at this than human fingers are. And there we go, smoothing out all of the leaves. Well, the fluff, whatever you want to call it. Trying to make it look better than it is. Smearing it out. Smoothing away all of the rough line textures. And yeah, that looks just as bad as it did before. So I added, there we go, the cartoony context. Fixed up the trunk a little. Gave it some shade. And I realized too late that I still needed a sixth thing, so I added some birds in the distance. Don't ask me about the birds. It's just how I've always seen them being drawn in simple pictures. Little, like, fancy-looking letter V's in the sky. And I kind of understand it, because, like, that's sort of what they look like when they're flying away, with their wings out and them gliding. I wasn't really in a mood at that point to add more detail. So, yeah. I think that more or less covered everything that I was doing. Alright, yeah. So, I don't really know why I bothered to do all of this, but I do know that I'm going to keep doing this until I have eventually come up with some sort of, I'm going to say coming up with my own art style, I suppose. Either way, this is going to be a bit of an adventure for me throughout the following month, and I hope that you all enjoy watching the process. So, yeah, later, everybody.